The following podcast is rated M for mature.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Rating Pending Podcast. My name and your host is Victor the Red, and once again, I'm here with Carlos, also known as Douche Nozzle. ModernMega.
Yeah.
Pedro, also known as Vote for Pedro 74. Did I got that right?
Yes,
Yes.
both for me.
Yes. And new guest, Jan, aka Vortex 100.
Hello.
And finally, Evan, also known as Racnal.
Hello. Pleasure to meet everyone.
So, today's Rating Pending Podcast episode, we're going to talk about the problem that's going on with Crytek. And, let me rephrase that once again. Crytek in financial trouble, or you could say on a crisis. Yeah.
No one is sharp enough for stabbings.
Wow.
Anyway, we also have, our thoughts on the Alien Isolation game, and I know that Jan is very excited for that. And finally,
Let's hope they don't fuck this one up.
Yeah, true that. And lastly, we're gonna talk about indie games. So let's start.
Yes.
So Crytek, you guys, what do you say?
I think it's sad.
You think it's sad?
It's a real loss.
I like their games. Well, they're old games, not their new ones. They were okay. They were fun, but that's it.
But maybe Crytek is also known as basically for Crysis. That's one of the. That's
Yeah.
That's like their main series, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, it was their best selling at most of their time. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a huge Crytek fan. I've loved every Crysis game. I'll admit, Crysis 2 and 3, the multiplayer killed the series. I'm a huge fan of the
Multiplayer.
Power Struggle game mode, which was original, and it was purely Crysis. Crysis 1. It was that feeling of fast-paced, but still strategic, and I loved it. And
like the
when I hear Crysis 2 is coming out for consoles, and it's coming out, and I'm like, holy shit, they're actually making a new one. When I play it, I love the campaign. I enter the multiplayer, and it's a Call of Duty with epic suits.
Ew.
I mean, it really hurt. It really hurt.
But we also getting Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Yeah, we got some
Yeah.
Titanfall, Crysis type of shit. I don't know.
Like at the time that Crysis 2 came out, like it was falling under pressure with Call of Duty because like Call of Duty is like the biggest like multiplayer out there because it sells like billions of dollars every year.
That's true. That's true.
They tried going for let's compete in their own game instead of keeping
Yeah.
what was individual and perfect. I mean, you saw these large environments in the Crysis 1 game. It was a 2007 game. I mean, it's old. Its graphics are still beautiful because I still have it. I still play it, and I love it a lot. You still play the multiplayer. You see these worlds. Everything interacts. You walk through grass. It moves. And
Wait.
it was at Battlefield level.
I have to stop you there. Does the fishes move?
Yes, the fish move. The fish move. You
Fish
could
AI
actually shoot a butterfly that was flying around, and it fell to the floor, and you could grab it and throw it.
Yeah, killing.
I- You
Wow.
could
What?
shoot turtles.
That's-
You could shoot
never heard of
birds. I
that.
mean, I was an asshole because in the middle of a gunfight, my team's fighting, and I'm killing a fucking bird.
Oh wow.
It was really
Wow,
fun. I
that's
mean,
crazy.
Oh,
it had
somebody,
that kind of detail that surpassed even games today. I mean, Battlefield 4, I love it. I still find that the quality of the maps in Crysis 1 was much better than the games today.
somebody call Pete on Crysis. Sorry. That's-
Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't do it again. Vania was gonna go ape shit on their monkeys.
What about the third one? Nobody liked it. I liked the third one. It was okay.
I loved the
Uh,
campaign, but
it
the
was okay.
multiplayer kept the same as the second
But
one, and I
they didn't
didn't
make the
love
hunter
it. I
mode?
mean, the hunter mode was fun. I loved it.
Awesome. I loved it.
I really liked that. I mean, I felt like a little girl just running around in a little skirt like a crazy bitch scared because invisible people want me, and I'm like, oh god, there's no safe place. I find 5 of my team dying suddenly, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm hiding in a bush, and I'm staying in the bush praying to God. I find it's a
the
huge
game.
loss
Like, I
because
love-
Crytek has made great games. I mean, even Rise, which many
Yeah.
people say was a bad game, I loved the story. I played it and I loved the story. The multiplayer was fun, but it's fun with friends. It's not fun when you're alone playing
Of
there, just
course.
watching yourself murder people.
Well, really, any
Yeah.
multiplayer game is fun with friends.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those
Yeah,
games
but,
where
it,
it's
Like the
fun,
only
but it's
English.
it's
The
great
only
if you have someone to play it with. And it's only
most
two
of the
people, so
games,
it's a co-op
yeah.
style.
All right.
the
Most of the
only
games are if you can play with your friends. It's supposed to be funner with your friends.
for me.
There's something wrong there if
Uh-huh.
you can play it with your friends, but it's not necessarily fun.
Right.
It's either there's something
it
wrong,
has to
or
be a
you need to
really
get better
bad game.
friends,
All right.
or you need
For
to get
the
better friends.
for the people that are listening, if you're not aware, Crytek is going on a financial trouble, or like I said, on a
Yeah.
crisis. No pun intended.
Yup.
Mm.
I'm gonna read you
This
this.
time.
Let me
No
read.
pun intended this time.
Let me read this. Crysis developer Crytek has been late in paying the staff, and there has been an exodus of employees for several months, according to published reports. However, Crytek says reports are untrue. But Kotaku reported that employees claim they're working in an unstable environment, with several high-level staff members leaving studios in Germany and the United Kingdom. One employee estimates more than people that have left Crytek over the past 3 months, and that's a fact. That's one thing for for people that are working on big companies such as Activision or whatever. When you see that your company it's not paying you on time, you must know that you have to find another job, because that's some really bad news. That
Yeah.
just me because that's what happens on THQ. That's what happens to the studio of big huge games. I'm assuming that they had to cancel Kingdoms of Amalur 2, in which they have the rights, but they just need a publisher. But there was some legal troubles that happened that they had to stop. They can't actually share that franchise with another publishing company such as Activision or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's happening on Crytek. And I heard that Rise Son of Rome sequel, it's actually stopped. There's no development whatsoever on
Yeah,
that game.
I also read that, and I was surprised because I was reading an article about that, and it said that it wasn't directly connected to the fact that they were having economical problems. It was more directed to the fact that they were trying to make it, but Microsoft was having an argument with them about the IPs, I think, and they were trying to get that out, and something happened. They had a falling out, basically,
Yeah.
and
So what do you mean?
they
like,
just canceled it. They just dropped it.
The Microsoft wanted to be like an exclusive IP, or
Yeah,
like, what-
it wanted to keep an exclusive IP, and I don't know what they wanted. They wanted an intellectual IP, something like that. Don't remember exactly what it said, but the thing is, Crytek just didn't want to agree, and they had a falling out. They just dropped it,
Wow,
It's
that's really sad.
which I found
Yeah.
a big loss, because a good sequel of Rise could actually have saved Crytek right now.
Yeah.
well, I
me,
think
not only me, but me and some friends, studying this development and design of video games. It's really sad to see such a good company like Crytek, starting to fall apart. It's very sad, because there's a lot of talented people and talented ideas in
Now
that
that-
company. And,
Now that you
if
said
it
that,
falls apart,
Jan, now that you
Yeah.
said that, that's actually another fact. There, you've been noticing that they've been doing a lot of layoffs in, many companies. Like they're basically firing a lot of people.
yeah,
But this is a good fact that you can use, at least for students. Actually, the companies like people who get out of college. That's a fact. They like people that automatically just got out from college, like they're fresh, and they want new. You can say new people. They want new people,
And
but
the,
yeah, go ahead.
And the other reason too, I'm not saying it's the only reason, is that they don't need to pay you more than they should.
Well, yeah,
Because
could
you
say
start
that.
as a
That's
yeah.
true.
So like
but
fresh,
from a
as new
commercial point of
person, not
view,
now.
when you have new people from a younger age, you're
Exactly.
basically buying someone who wants the experience. I mean, he's going to work hard for it. And the best thing is he has knowledge about what the public his age wants. The consumers are mostly his age, his generation, our
true.
generation basically, and they are literally buying a source of information. They're buying
Yeah.
not only the ideas of a fresh new recruit and the talents of a fresh new recruit, because most people who are actually getting bought won't be just friendly face. No, there will be people who actually are knowledgeable. They're literally
But
brain.
yeah, and also that since we are like fresh out of college studying this, we don't have experience in the little to no experience. Some of us might have some experience, in developing games, and since we have little to no experience, they can pay us less than someone that has years of experience in developing games.
And the sad news about that, the people who are like veterans that have been working on a company for, I don't know, several years or maybe 10 years, when they get laid off, they don't have the chance to take some of the work so they can use them as a portfolio, and that's really saddening.
Like that's their retirement right there.
Yeah, that's really that's really dickish of part of the company.
And you see a
Well,
lot of
that's how it
indie
works.
companies actually form like this. I mean,
Yep.
groups of people that were talented get kicked out, and they say, "Hey, fuck these guys. We're just gonna group up and make one our own." And there we go.
Or
Good
go to
example.
another
Good
company.
example.
But
was
I think
Some
the
of
that's
them
the-
find a way.
I
Good
think that's
example.
We
the
have
nature of
some
the
people who
business.
find a way to keep their talents in use, but we also have those unfortunate ones that just gave up on it, and after they got kicked out, they lost every chance they could about continuing.
example of those indie companies that you were talking about is the people that are making Evolve. The
Wait.
people that made Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
Okay.
Like they left Valve because they wanted to do their own thing because they were tired of doing what Valve wanted.
And what else? It's really saddening that Crytek is happening this financial trouble. They have good IPs actually, but it's really saddening that I don't want it to be, because they actually just announced Homefront: The Revolution.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have that nightmare that happened on THQ? Like basically, they are about to release a game. Oh no, financial trouble. You got to move to another place.
Yeah.
Like damn it.
Yeah.
Like damn it. Crytek basically bought Homefront: The Revolution. I saw the gameplay and the trailer and all. And I was very very impressed. It looks like a superior game than the first one, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but
Another example. When the company that housed Star Wars before, when Disney bought
LucasArts?
it, LucasArts.
LucasArts.
Thanks. I don't know why my brain just farted it out. I mean, but
Yeah.
when LucasArts was bought, a lot of games they were having. I mean,
oh god,
uh,
no.
they were just dropped. They were just
14,
dropped right
14.
there. They just dropped the plate. They just said, "Fuck you! No, you're not getting this. You're not getting this. We're buying this, and fuck you." I mean, come on. Why are you just kicking us in the nuts? They're kicking us in the nuts with
the
these
Star
things.
Wars 1313 stuff really hurt.
don't-
Like
That really hurt. I
it-
mean, it looked really good. It looked really good. It looked fun. I
looked
was watching
amazing.
the
It was
trailer and I'm like,
something I
oh my
really
god,
was hoping
this
to
is
try.
this is fucking
yeah.
cool. I mean, they're. I mean, I was like, oh my god, Star Wars is getting life again in the gaming universe.
yeah, but
Only-
the sad
Well,
thing,
there's still hope.
the
When
sad thing,
big companies
There's still
decide to
hope for
fart
Battlefront.
the sad
fart on our faces.
You know, the
shit
s-
on our faces.
the sad thing about Star Wars 13, the sad thing about that, it's that it looked amazing, looked everything, like it really looked amazing, but as soon as Disney bought the company, now Disney is making Star Wars game non-canon. When I mean non-canon, for the people who are listening and don't know, non-canon means that they're not gonna focus on games like super AAA on those franchises. That's the bad thing about that. Like Disney made that clear. We're gonna give the Star Wars IP to EA and to DICE basically, and they're gonna make a game. I'm actually happy that DICE is making
Yeah.
Battlefront. I'm actually happy.
Definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely, that sounds amazing.
Um,
I mean, who else would you trust? What other company would you trust to make the dream every gamer has had about being in the middle of those massive
That
sci-fi
played
wars,
Star Wars Battlefront.
vehicles flying. I mean, who are you
Yeah.
gonna give it to? You're not gonna give it to Activision. Hell no. Hell no.
No.
Fuck
You're
them.
giving it to Dice.
Well,
Well,
it's
They're the
it's
guys who
it's
give you
not-
jets
it's-
flying
it's-
around while you're running.
it's
Yes.
not about the company that publish it. It has to be a studio, a good studio, a
Yeah.
recognizable
Mhm.
studio, and that studio,
Definitely.
which it was a great decision by Disney. It was Dice. Dice makes
Yeah,
a
they
good.
Yes.
they didn't drop the
Dice
ball
was
on
a
that
very
one.
good-
Thank God, because
Yeah.
if not, I would have gone on a riot. I would actually buy a plane ticket to burn Disney down.
Oh,
Damn.
okay.
Oh.
Oh,
This
uh,
That's a little
than a
extreme.
I'm a
uh,
Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan. I mean, it hurts. It hurts the heart. It hurts. It hurts. Every time
now
I
you
see
will have
Star
to
Wars
be a
game
Disney
canceled,
fan
my heart breaks. I mean, I literally see a star fade in my eyes.
well,
That's poetry right there.
that's poetry right there. All right. Alien Isolation.
Scary as fucks.
Yes.
Amnesia,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
good one.
Yes.
I know people have mixed reactions with the name, basically the name Alien on a game. Yes, I know we have many disappointments with Rebellion
Yes.
games. Alien Colonial Marines. Oh God.
Alien versus
Yeah.
Predator.
Alien
It was
versus-
all a big
Colonial
deception.
Marine doesn't
Yeah.
exist. I don't know what you're talking about, Victor.
Uh,
I ain't heard of that game.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm talking about. Are we talking
Yeah.
about what is that game? What are we
I don't
talking
know.
about?
Colonial what?
Why am I here? Fuck
Bitches?
this.
Colonial bitches? I heard about that game.
No,
That was a
but
horrible game.
But this is a good exception. Creative Assembly made the game Alien Isolation, in which now, if you don't know, Alien Isolation is gonna run on 1080p on Xbox One and PS4, 60 frames per second.
Well,
Oh,
yes. I'm gonna.
That's nice.
I'm not really a big horror guy, but this game just looks very good. And
Well, if
even
you're an
if,
Alien fan,
It looks very good. I saw a trailer.
Okay.
I saw a trailer and
Uh,
I was actually very impressed. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not a horror game fan. My cousin knows. He has to
Yes.
kick me into playing a horror game, and this actually looks like a horror game I would play. This looks like something I would actually try to play. Yes,
Okay.
I will crap my pants. I will pause it. I will go into the bathroom and cry in a corner, but I will come back and play it.
But this is one thing that I'm noticing. Actually, this is one thing that I'm noticing. Why, not to piss many people off, but when I see Alien Isolation, I'm seeing a lot of games, like Outlast. There's so many basically
Yeah.
clones. I'm quoting
Amnesia.
clones.
Amnesia
Yeah,
is
that
that
is
one.
true.
I'm,
That is
I'm,
true.
lo- I'm seeing that
Well,
horror
I can't play
genre
Outlast for
grow
sure.
again. Actually.
okay.
But the
Um,
thing is,
what
that
I
it's
would-
not, No,
What I
continue.
would say about that, what you just said about the clone, is that the company that made Amnesia, what actually started with if I believe Penumbra, that was one of those games that started these new types of games in which you're defenseless against that monster or enemy, whatever it is. It started like a new wave of horror, right? The horror
Right.
was dying a long time ago,
Yeah.
and it started again. And now you can see the inspiration of that type of game, that type of horror games, in a lot of games. You started seeing it. It took a lot of popularity in Amnesia, right? And then you could see it in Outlast. You can see it in
The
a lot of different
Slenderman.
games, right?
Yeah.
And
that
it's probably like what you're gonna see in Alien Isolation. That type
Exactly.
of thing. It's gonna be like not necessarily Amnesia-ish, in which you go into a room and you're just gonna start moving boxes and crates and barricading
course.
But you
the
can't
door.
defend yourself. You can't defend yourself.
Yes, you can actually.
I actually
You
read.
have-
There's
I
no like
read the
type of
trailer and
weapons. There's no weapons.
Yes, there is. I've read. There's
There is?
actually there's assault rifles and there's flamethrowers. But here's the thing. That alien is actually very, very smart. For example, if
Like,
you have
what
the
do you mean?
flamethrower, it knows you have a flamethrower, and it's gonna like keep its distance. It's gonna start trying to surround you, and it's gonna try to make you waste it, right? It's not gonna be stupid enough to run towards the flame and all of that, And equally with assault rifle, it's not gonna do much. It's things that can try to stop it, but won't kill it. That won't be enough.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I actually read
and
that too.
I didn't know that. I didn't
The
know
the
yes,
alien will be,
yes,
the AI of the
Cool.
alien is actually very advanced, very
yeah,
detailed. It's made to react to what you're doing. If you're locking yourself in a room, it'll find a way to scare you out or
it's
actually
gonna try.
go in
It's
the room
trying to
with you,
constantly search
trapping
you
you.
around the
It'll
space.
it'll
I
keep
don't
you on
want.
your toes, and from only that detail, I can see this as a game that is in its own league, even if its style is similar to Outlast. Because in Outlast, you have scenarios. It's a story. It's continuous. It's planned. It's scripted. You're going to react to
Up
something
to
again
some
and again.
point.
Of
It's
course.
not gonna have
Yeah.
replayability. Meanwhile, in this game, you can do things differently and differently, constantly changing a scenario into 5 different other options or even more, who knows. And I found this very interesting. I mean, when you play with the AI, when you do a change with the AI that actually makes the game unique, I find this very interesting because in the world of games, the AI is basically what makes the game
Yeah.
alive.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree with you.
Yeah, just
I've
thinking about the
been
game makes me scary right now.
I've been. I'm not only a fan of horror games, but I'm also a fan of Alien, like the whole
I love
franchise,
Alien.
Alien
Oh,
Predators and Alien versus Predator, for
Yeah.
a lot of years. So you can just imagine how excited I am about this game.
Yeah,
And you know
definitely.
what? I want to tell you people something. The people that are listening to this. I reserved and fully paid Alien versus Predator a lot of years before it came out. The instant I read about Alien vs Predator started, the instant I
I
read
actually
about
heard
it,
of
that
this.
it was that people were making it, I went to GameStop and I checked if I could, pay for it already. They told me yes, and I paid for it. That was a lot of years. I don't remember even how much years it was before the game actually came out. Like 5, 6 years. It was so much. I
I don't know. I
waited
just
for
remember
it,
you told me
waited
that.
for it. So what? It was crappy. It was very
The
shitty.
campaign was fun.
I had
The
fun
campaign
in the
was fun, but
multiplayer, but
honestly, it
yeah,
was a
it really
disappointment. I
was.
enjoyed Infection. Infection was fun as hell.
So, but
Nothing better than running through a changing pyramid while aliens are chasing you, and then you get
Yeah.
locked up in a room, and you listen to your friend die on the other side of the wall. You're like,
But-
no,
but-
Charlie, no.
Let me.
but
Yeah,
Let,
from,
Charlie's dead.
from
let
what
me-
I've seen
What I
in,
want to see is more
in
games.
Alien Isolation, it looks amazing.
Is I don't want to be the Debbie Downer here, but look what you said about that. Oh,
Here
the
comes Carl.
AI of the alien is smarter and stuff. That he knows what you're gonna do
Mhm.
before you're doing it. That's what they said about Colonial Marines.
Oh my god! But Colonial, come on, Colonial Marines is
I-
a piece
no,
of
The
shit.
thing is,
Well, it's like everyone was
Colonial
Yeah,
excited
that's
when
Marines-
what
it-
but what we heard before we played the game, that's what they said.
the detail
Well,
here is
like-
this: in Colonial Marines, you have a swarm of aliens. They have the detail of the pack, the group.
Yeah.
When you actually read about this game, it specifically says Alien One. I mean, you
There's
read
only one
about it,
alien, yeah.
and it's talking
Yeah.
about one alien. I mean, they have only one mob stuck with you in the whole game, or at least that's what they're saying for now. How are they going to actually
Yeah.
make it that the alien is easy to kill? No, they're gonna
No,
make it
it's not.
difficult
Yeah,
as hell.
I see your point.
This is going to
From
be
just saying-
satanic
just
at
saying.
least.
I just want to say.
Another parenthesis about the alien. It's not that it want for the listeners out there. It's not that it 100% knows where you are, but it constantly passes to it's you're in a space station, right?
Right.
And it's constantly in the area. You can sometimes listen to it, crawling around in the ventilation system or in the passageways, right? And it's actually when you do something, when you do something either stupid or you start sprinting or you screw up, you make something that attracts it when you
and
attract it.
I have
That's
to.
when it comes out of where it was hiding, silently searching. That's
And-
when it becomes active and it starts searching
And the
for
thing
you
is,
actively.
and the thing
That's when
is,
it
I
happens.
have to
Yeah.
add something on that, and I have to say something. The thing is, on Alien Isolation, this is a thing
Yeah.
that the developer, Creative Assembly, basically said, like you can make the most, you can make less noise for the alien, basically the main alien, that it's like basically,
Mhm.
like screwing you around. But like, let's just say like you get into a closet. Let's just put it that way. Let's say if you get into a closet, the alien is trying to find you, right?
Mhm.
Like they can smell you. Actually,
Mhm.
they can smell
can
you.
smell
And
you.
the thing is, when you're in the closet, they said there's gonna be an option where you can hold your breath, so the freaking alien like just gets confused and just goes away.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's
That's
actually
really interesting.
That's next gen. Right
Another
there.
thing, we've been talking a lot about the gameplay of Alien. We're not talking about the story. It's actually gonna be in the Ripley
Oh, yeah.
world. I mean,
Yeah.
No,
it's
no,
gonna
no.
be actually
It's gonna
in
be
that
forward.
place.
It's gonna no wait.
I
it's
mean,
gonna be,
No,
it's
no,
not
no, no.
later.
It's
It's gonna be
a
later.
space.
It's gonna
No,
be
it's,
later.
Yeah,
It's
Isn't
the
it like
daughter.
gonna be
it's
Ripley's
afterwards,
daughter?
right? It's the daughter.
Yeah,
the
it's
daughter of
yeah, the daughter
Yeah,
of
and it's
Helen
really
Ripley.
interesting.
Helen?
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I love this idea of actually bringing the story back to its roots.
And the thing
Yes.
is, there is
We've been seeing the world in massive in general. I mean, Wayland Enterprises and all that. We've been seeing it in the big picture, not the details of how it actually started.
and I have to add something on that. It's not gonna be, and that's one other thing that I quote from Creative Assembly. They said it's not gonna be this, monotonous, your character against Wayland Yutani. It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be, yes, there's gonna be Wayland Yutani because it's something it's obviously gonna happen, and they're gonna add another faction to it.
Really?
Oh, that's
What?
cool.
Yeah, they're gonna add another faction.
Well, I did saw some curious images of some characters that I really couldn't recognize. They look some very weird ass characters. So yeah, might be from those factions.
Yeah, but
Oh.
like I said, they're gonna add another faction. I don't remember what was the name. I know I seen it in an article or an interview. I saw it, but it's gonna be another faction. It's not gonna be the same shit as always. Oh no, Wayland Yutani's back. Oh shit,
Marines,
Marines.
Tila Tequila.
Actually, Tila Tequila looks like an alien. Not to be an asshole, but she looks kind of like
Yeah,
an
she
alien.
does.
Coño, she's not that bad. Damn it.
Now I'm
Smash came out.
I'm really another thing I'm
That
loving.
came
is-
from the soul.
but wait.
Another thing I'm loving about this game is when I played the other aliens, they always had this feeling that the aliens is the story of the alien. It's the apex predator. This is the big dog in its world.
The big
This
dog.
is
It's
the
the
epitome.
best monster.
Bark.
It's the epitome of hunters. And the thing
Yeah.
is, when I see many of the games, Alien versus Predator specifically, the alien it's very used to the swarm. They keep it the swarm style. They surround you and kill you, and the AI was just so random. They literally sometimes just jumped into your gun. Here, I'm loving that they're bringing the monsters smart. This thing is not an idiot. It's not a wild monster.
Yes.
It wants to
It's
rip
not
you
a
apart like
savage
a wild monster, but
dog.
it's not. It's not gonna run at you. It's gonna think. It's gonna trick you. It's gonna fool you. It's gonna play with you.
You're gonna be
Till it
basically
kills you.
you're basically gonna be the alien's bitch.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically. You're
Pretty much.
you're stuck
Yep.
in the. You don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap. Just don't. Don't. You're gonna get raped, and it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna load a lot. You're gonna rage a lot. You're gonna curse a lot, but in the end, you're gonna come back.
Well, yeah, Alien Isolation is gonna be released on fall this year on the next
Yep.
gen. It's gonna be
October.
next. October.
Next gen,
October.
I
right?
believe.
Lots of screams on fall.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All
Next year.
right. Another thing, guys. Another thing. The indie game scene, it's actually creating a lot of roar in the video game
Yeah.
industry.
Definitely.
Mhm.
We got
Like-
No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
Wow.
yeah. Amazing.
We got a lot of games actually that it's been announced on E3, and there's basically I've seen a lot of PlayStation exclusive. They have exclusivity on PlayStation, but Xbox actually had the system called ID at Xbox that actually helps other indie developers create
Yeah.
games just for the Xbox, and that's
Mhm.
actually really interesting.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite indie game so far? Let's start with you, John. Let's start.
Well,
with
that's Okay, that's a very hard decision. I'm gonna explain it, for the listeners.
Yeah, this guy's an addict.
I've been a long time user of the Xbox 360, and if I've bought anything in a massive quantity in my life, it would be indie games. I've bought so many arcade games, so many arcade games that I constantly had to delete arcade games in order to make space for more arcade games.
Wow.
It was absolutely,
It's scary. It's
impressive.
very scary.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
his cousin, and
But-
I actually wanted
so-
to make an intervention.
So this is a very difficult question.
For you to answer.
Could you pass the question around and then coming
Alright,
back to me so I
alright,
can
yeah.
tell you?
All right, Pedro. Let's continue with you.
Okay.
Any indie game? I know that you told me that yeah, you don't play a lot, you haven't played indie games much, but if you have one in your mind that actually got your attention or you really liked, go ahead and share it.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I haven't really wanted to play a lot of indie games. Just like I haven't had the time for it. Because to be honest, the indie games are the future. You know, we either have our big AAA games and we have our indie games to
Yeah.
kind of help throughout the time that we don't have the big
Yeah.
titles. And right now, the indie game I'm playing and I'm loving is Shovel Knight.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah,
played
it's a
that.
good
Is it
game.
good? Is it good?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's kind of like a love letter to all the NES games that came out all the time, like Mega Man, DuckTales,
Wow.
what else even Zelda 2, it has a little bit of
Yeah.
What
that
was the
too.
name again? What was the name?
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight. I'll check that
Yeah.
out. Carlos,
It's,
what game you have? What in mind?
I love indie games. I've been playing indie games since I had a PC and PlayStation, and really any console really.
But it's
But
just
my favorite
Uh-huh.
indie game is Journey.
Journey.
It's a
Journey.
beautiful game,
That's a good game.
beautiful music.
Yeah,
And it doesn't. It has a small story that makes the game huge. Like you'll need.
Yeah.
People think that you need to have a big, long story to have a great game, but it just makes it boring as fuck.
Yeah, that's
Like a
true.
simple
Sometimes,
that
story. You're
that
in-
sometimes
emphasis
less
on
is
fuck.
more.
That
Uh-huh.
emphasis on fuck.
Sometimes, yeah.
Exactly.
but
Like
But-
Journey takes that theory and takes it on a whole new level. Just a tiny little story. You're a person or a lost soul, let's just say, walking to a destination that you don't even know why you're walking towards there. You just wake up and you start walking.
isn't the developers from Journey did Flower, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Another majestic game that I love.
All right. For me, before you go, Evan.
Yeah, no problem.
For me, I play indie games, of course. I play indie games, but the one that actually caught my attention, and there's been trouble in which I'm gonna touch the subject on that just later on. The game that I played and I really got interested, it was Fez. Fez is an actual. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting 2D 3D platformer, if you may. You're this character called Gomez, and you gotta collect. If I'm not mistaken, you gotta collect some cubes that actually basically. I haven't finished it, in which I can't say that much. I don't want to spoil it, but if you like indie games and you like that good old Nintendo type of game, I highly suggest you play Fez. And
Yep.
so yeah, let's go with you, Evan. What's your favorite?
Okay. To say why my favorite indie game is which one I'm going to tell you, I'm going to first explain why I choose many of the games I love. I don't play indie games a lot. I'm gonna admit it. My cousin knows this. I rarely buy indie games. My favorite indie game is one he actually brought when he brought his Xbox 360 memory to my house and he was staying over. He said, "Hey, I bought an indie game. Let's try it." We put it on. It was Limbo. This game was
That
so
was a good
beautiful,
game,
so simple, so fun. I mean, I loved it. I just fell in love with it. We played it the whole 2 days he was staying over, and I loved it because it had an unspoken story. There was no narrator, there was no text. It was just silent. You had to think while you played it, not only about the puzzles but about what was going on, about the adventure, about why. And not only that, the art style was just so beautiful while still being simple. It had so many details while still being only just two colors. I mean, black and white. It had such an amazing contrast, and I just fell in love with it the moment I saw it. And the thing is, the reason why I love gaming mostly is because of stories. I mean, there are a lot of stories in games
That's one
that you
thing,
can't
yeah.
get anywhere else. You'll read books, and yes, I actually read books. I've read lots of books, and I love reading. But some games you just have to. Some stories you just have to experience yourself. And
When you say
the Elder
books,
Scrolls is the best example, honestly.
when you
They
say
have
books,
such
when you
such
say
a
books,
huge world.
when
Yeah.
you say books, that's one thing that comes to my mind for some reason. Na 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 na.
Oh my
Na, na. If you know Game of Thrones, you'll know. You'll know.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is,
Tier.
Oh, shut up.
I
No,
love the
no.
Elder Scrolls series because of that, because of the lore. And when I played Limbo, it had an unspoken story, and I just fell in love with the story, as simple as it was.
Limbo, as simple as it looked, it's unique, dark experience.
Oh, very
Basically,
dark.
It's unique,
Yeah.
dark
I
experience.
just loved it. And I'm a dark guy. I think that's why I love
da-
the
I'm a-
appeal.
I'm
I'm
a-
a dark guy.
I'm a dark.
I love that style.
I'm a dark
I just
guy.
love that style.
No, I'm just imagining right now. I'm really imagining Evan right now saying I'm a dark guy, and he's like using
Hey,
makeup.
I'm in a dark room.
I'm emo. I'm
A
emo
dark guy in
guy.
our dark room.
I'm emo guy.
Damn.
911. R.I.P.
I'm cutting myself right now, and you don't even know it.
Oh,
Oh, come on, guy.
come on.
Anyway,
No, but really, I just love the art style. I love the story. I love the mechanics. I mean, that fucking worm that falls in your head and just takes you to the
Oh,
ocean.
I-
Hey, let's go for a
Shut
walk. No, no, please, no. I can't swim.
All right, now, Jan,
Okay, I
Jan,
haven't-
do you got? Wait,
yes.
but I've seen that you play a lot of when I added you for the first time on Xbox. I noticed that you played a lot of Super Meat Boy.
Yes, I
Oh,
played.
God, that game.
I played a lot of
Fuck that
Super
game.
Meat Boy. I really, really liked it.
It's an
Okay,
actual good
personally, I
platform.
really like difficult games in general. I like games that give me a challenge. That's why my
Puzzles.
my favorite games are like my favorite AAA game is basically Dark Souls.
Amen.
You know, and
Praise
you know,
the
in
sun, bitch.
arcade games, I really love Super Meat Boy, and I really love Serious Sam. But you know what? My favorite indie game, I'd have to say it. You know, I spent so much hours playing it. It's stupid. I'd have to say Castle Crashers. You know,
Oh yeah,
Really?
man.
I
That was
played
a
it,
great
yes,
indie game.
I
That was
played it
great. It was fun as
so
hell.
much. I loved it
indie
so
game.
much. It
Yeah,
was
Actually, when you said Castle Crashers, that's another fact. At least when in my point of view, when Castle Crashers, got released, that actually opened the doors for many developers, indie
Definitely.
developers.
They
Yeah,
pioneered
You know,
it.
Castle Crasher. We got Braid. We got actually
Yeah.
Super Beat Boy and
Yeah.
Fez. In which, Jen, do you saw the movie that I recommended you? Indie Game, the movie.
yes.
Good, very good.
Halfway. I haven't finished.
Halfway. What the hell?
I
man?
had something to do that day. I can't remember.
No,
what it
no,
was.
nothing is nothing is more important than indie
I
game.
know.
the
I
movie.
need to finish that movie.
Yeah,
Hey,
actually,
why haven't you sent
for
me this? I
people-
didn't
for
know
people-
about this.
for
Come on, I
people-
want to see that movie.
for people that wants to, basically, be an indie game developer maybe, or actually want to know about the industry, I highly recommend you see Indie Game the movie. Why?
Good movie.
That
Don't
movie.
be a me.
That,
Don't be a John.
Yeah, don't be a Jan. But that movie is it's, you can say it's a movie, but it's more of a documentary. But
Yeah.
that movie,
And who doesn't love a good documentary?
but that movie is actually inspiring. I could say it's actually for people that wants to be in the video game or indie scene, if you may. When you see that that movie is gonna make you think twice before you make the decision, because
Yeah.
the way the struggle they have, the problems they had on publishing games, making games, it's actually, it's really it gives you anxiety actually on watching it. I don't know if it was a movie or a documentary. I thought it was a thriller. I thought it was a thriller.
You should
Wow.
actually send me the link. It actually sounds very interesting. I would like
Yeah,
to see
send
that.
me-
It's a
send me the
great
link
movie.
too.
I've seen
I
the
want
movie.
to
It's a
see
good
it.
movie.
That
Yeah.
actually, that
Sounds
actually,
interesting.
that
We're
actually-
going a marathon. Fuck the podcast.
but yeah, Oh, by the way, rephrasing this, in the Alien Isolation game, I misquoted on the 60 frame per second. It's just 1080p.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey,
Still,
still,
like,
totally
still
playable.
good. Still looks
I hope
beautiful.
it's
It's-
gonna
it's
be a
just-
good
beautiful.
game.
Yeah, it looks
Still
beautiful.
doing backflips.
I want to
The
see more
game looks very
gameplay.
beautiful.
I want to see more gameplay, but it looks like a good game.
Anyway,
I actually, when I saw the gameplay, it was pretty interesting. I mean,
yeah, it was very
looks,
good.
It looked free. It looked free roam, right? I mean, you're just running around the station,
Yeah, like you're
Scared.
using like an
crapping your pants.
I hope
Wait.
so.
But yeah, Half-Life 3
and very
confirmed.
atmospheric.
Have I
Like it's a very big sense of detail in the place.
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw what I saw. What everybody saw. It was a good game. I want to play it. I love Alien. So I
Well,
This was a very good idea. This was
Love
very well
Alien
organized. We started with the
Colonials.
depressing shit. We went to the hype shit, and then we went to the happy place.
exactly. This
Yeah.
is
How we
actually
roll here.
awesome. We're on a roll, man.
This was smart. My tears have dried up though.
You don't want to know the depressing part now?
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
We actually have to end the podcast. So thank you,
Oh.
everyone.
I know. We have
Aw.
one thing left.
I'll
One thing
be
left.
back.
But you want to say something before we leave?
Yeah. People that have been here, and they've been buying games too, like us.
Okay.
I've wasted
Mm.
already $40 in Steam.
Okay, we're
The,
going.
the
yeah,
summer
okay,
sale
okay.
has been has.
It's almost done though.
It's almost done. It
it's
ends. It ends
ends
this
Sunday.
Monday. No, this Monday. This Monday.
Oh, this Monday? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It
my
ends.
wallet still.
I
Whatever
still
you want.
have $4.99. Exactly $4.99. Exactly $4.99.
I
I
have a
just
little
need
bit
to buy.
less.
I have
And it-
585.
To all of you, I am the victor in this war against Steam. Why? Very simple. I found the perfect formula to victory. Don't have any money. They can't steal it.
You can't steal what's
what you
not
don't
there. You can't steal what's
I am
not
a
there.
whore, and I just stared as the games I loved passed me by with a price that was just criminal. Tears flowed down my eyes as my library remained with the same number.
But yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like I was saying,
What?
the way that you could have survived the Steam sale was first
Be in heaven. Be in
Don't
heaven. Have
waste-
nothing.
a lot of money on the first sale you see. Like the maximum money that I put in my wallet was $30. That's enough for the Steam sale. Don't buy if there's a good sale like 75% off. Don't buy it instantly because Steam is a dick and they will always put it less price in the future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, actually, the
But-
funny story, and Victor was there with me. When summer sale actually started,
Wait,
we
wait,
were
wait,
talking,
Wait.
and one of our friends just started buying everything.
Hold that thought, Evan. Hold that thought. What? All right. Sorry. Keep going. My bad.
Okay,
My bad.
you remember we were in the library talking, and one of our friends just got on the cell phone and started checking the Steam library, and he literally looked at us, and he said, "Hey, is this game good?" And we're like, "Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good." Bought it. What, dude? What the fuck? Hey, do you guys want this
Oh,
game?
I
Come on, I'll buy it for
no,
you.
no,
What?
no. That's a funny fact. Like our friend Jose, he actually like I was in the 3D animation class. I was in 3D animation class, and I like the professor didn't go out that day. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna check something here. I was gonna check some engines or something just to work around on the game development stuff. When I go to this page and it says, "Oh, the Steam Summer Sale just started," I was like, "What? You're shitting me!" And when I click it out, there's a lot of shit going on, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I had to get out of the classroom, go to the library, and just say to these guys, "Hey, yo, the Steam Summer Sale is up. We're fucked." we're basically we're fucked.
And he
Okay.
did exactly that.
and
And
the-
not only were we fucked, our friend is now poor because he bought everything. He just took his credit card out of the wallet, put it on the table, marked every single game he wanted,
actu-
and
I
started
actually-
buying like
I-
a madman.
I actually have a video on that. If I have the time, I'll just post that on.
Oh, fuck
on
right,
the
you
page.
recorded
Yeah.
that.
I'll just post that on the page.
It's my beautiful face in the video.
So like I was saying,
Wait, Carlos, nobody wants to hear what you want to say. Don't you understand that? You already have haters. Now.
I know. And by the way, hi.
Some of them are actually in this very chat.
Oh no.
No, go ahead, Carlos. Go ahead, Carlos.
No, I
Before...
don't want to talk
We
now.
love you, man.
No,
We-
no, no.
Can I give a shout out?
We love you, man. We're lying. We're lying. Come
Oh,
on. Come
but-
on.
Or
It's
do we?
okay. It's okay. I'm gonna sell your tears on the internet. Come on.
all right, Carlos. Say something before we end this thing.
No, I only gave one step. Just kept on bullshitting your way.
Well, okay. Let's put this simple. There's 3 steps, in my opinion, how to survive the Steam Summer Sale. 1, don't have money. Don't even
Amen.
open even the computer. Don't even look at Steam. Don't even think about Steam.
Okay, but the Steam sales are not bad.
No. But
They're
that's-
not bad, bro. This is tips on not to get broke.
exactly.
And the first step is not wasting money at
I
all.
just not put any money to not put a lot of money into your wallet. Just put 30
No, yeah,
bucks.
you can have a budget, but come on, how many people actually have the budget? When you're in a diet, you say, you know what, I'm gonna eat only this amount, and suddenly, oh, I'm gonna Baskin Robbins. Nom, 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 nom.
Voila. That's
But-
right.
uh,
Come
Alright,
on, who
but-
actually stares down to their budgets?
Okay, like I was saying.
Go ahead.
Second of all, you shouldn't buy a game that's more than 20 bucks. Like
Why?
if it's $33 and it was 40, it's not worth it.
But didn't you
And
just
maybe
say that
they'll
your budget
drop the
was
price
30? I mean,
again.
how are you gonna buy something that's 31?
And maybe they're gonna drop the price again. Like I did
Yeah,
that.
you know why, Carlos? You know why?
What?
Because
Right.
fuck you. That's why.
Exactly. Fuck
Because,
you.
Yeah.
because fuck you. That's why. But
Fuck you, give me money.
before we leave, we actually. Oh, and this is another thing. Something very separate from Steam. The 3rd step, in my opinion, would be wait for flash sales.
Exactly.
Wait for flash
Definitely,
sales. Wait
definitely.
And
Wait-
buy bundles.
Wait,
Always
what-
buy
why-
bundles.
Yes, bundles are holy. When you see a Star Wars bundle, you're gonna fap to that. You're gonna fap to that. Why? Star Wars bundles has everything. Knights of the Old Republic, Jedi Knight series, Jedi Outcast
God,
series,
yes.
the Battlefront series. I mean, you're just gonna be wet,
All right.
Oh God.
wet and poor.
Well,
And-
Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Yeah, that's actually very detailed.
Accurate.
That was
Yeah, very
too
detailed.
detailed.
Eva,
But,
how much was that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't have money. Remember?
But,
I don't
okay.
check for numbers anymore.
yeah.
I just watch them pass by.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
This is one thing announcing now. Now that we're ending. Next week, tune in next week because we're gonna talk about Kingdom Under Fire 2. We're gonna talk about that. And if there's something going on in the week, we'll just announce that on the page. We're gonna post a picture, the poster, basically, and we're just gonna talk about that. But thank you everybody for listening to Rating Pending Podcast Episode 2. And
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. I'm Victor the Red. There's Jan.
I'll be
Morton.
back.
I'll be back. But
Hasta la
But-
vista.
but- yeah.
Bye. I'm
Well-
John, Vortex 100. It's been a pleasure.
Evan, Racnal, I will be here hopefully next week.
Carlos Douche Nozzle and
The
Pedro.
favorite one.
Pedro.
The number one fan favorite, Carlos.
Yeah, everybody loves
Can I-
me.
Can I make
Yeah.
a quick shout out?
All
Sure.
right. And
Okay, well, shout out to Tyler Rodhammer Chaplin. He is the number one Carlos hater.
You're a pioneer. You are the
You're
one
a
who
pioneer.
will
You're the
start
first of
country.
many.
Moving on. Up.
Actually,
so yeah.
Hail your
Yeah.
name and praise the sun.
So yeah, thanks for
Oh.
thank you everybody. Like us on Facebook on facebook.com/The Rating Pending Show and subscribe to us on on YouTube. What did I say? Facebook. What the fuck? But,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
But-
like us on Facebook.
But like us on
subscribe
Facebook and
YouTube.
subscribe on
YouTube.
Facebook and like us.
Subscribe.
Give us love. We're lonely. Please.
But yeah, give us a like if you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any specific topics we want to talk about, feel free to leave it on the comments. But yeah, thank you very much and have an day, night, evening, whatever you are in part of the world.
Konbanwa.
Bye.
Bye.
Sayonara.
Bye.
Sayonara.